Hello, good morning. This is Ajahn Brahm here from Bodhinyana Monastery, sending a wonderful message of congratulations and support to the Dhamma Society of Finland. It's wonderful to be able to set up Buddhist communities all over the world, as long as especially it is real Buddhism, Buddhism which actually works, and which leads to peace and stillness, but which is also supported by the word of the Buddha. I still remember the Buddha teaching that he said his teachings are not like a closed fist. He said he will let everybody know what the true teachings are, but in all of the things he taught over his life, there were many things he hadn't taught. And he said the reason he hadn't taught them was because they have nothing to do with the path of enlightenment, the path to truth, to peace, to happiness. But everything which was going to be conducive to peace and happiness and to enlightenment, that he would always teach, and not with a closed fist, being open. And that's one of the reasons why the type of teachings which I have embraced and followed and taught are ones which are still guided by the core teachings of Buddhism, which you find in places like the Sutta Pitaka and the Vinaya. These are original teachings of the Buddha, and they give a huge amount of support to the things which one sees in one's own life, in one's own meditation. It's like, unfortunately, I've never been to Finland. I managed to get as far as, I suppose, Lapland was the closest I got to Finland, and been to Norway and Sweden. But I just do know there's something about the remoteness, the quietness, the mountains of that part of Europe, which are kind of so conducive to a spiritual life. I always think that the spiritual life where meditation can flourish, and you can find out whether these teachings you read in the sutras are correct. I always remember that you find them out by yourselves in quiet places, in places like mountains, and places like by lakes where there's few people, in places where you can meditate peacefully by yourself. And when you're setting up a Dhamma Society for Finland, please remember that the main purpose, if it's supported by me, is to create that solitude, to create that peace, to create those circumstances so young women and young men can renounce sensuality and go into the bliss states of the mind. You can meditate. And if there's no meditation there, sometimes you wonder, where is the Eightfold Path? Where is Buddhism? We have to create the situations where these things can happen. Peace, solitude, inspiration, and the deep meditations and experiences of truth which that give you. And as many of you know, I started my life off as a theoretical physicist. And there you are taught to be rigorous with your experience, search, and teaching of truth. You had to have it not just evidence-based, but experience-based as well. The two of them coming together in line with the Buddha's teachings. We call that these days original Buddhism, but also in line with your own experience in deep meditation. And of course it becomes fantastic, really inspirational, when the two of those, you know what the Buddha taught really well, and your own experiences in deep meditation, the 5 hindrances are gone. And so what you're seeing there is with a clarity, with a lack of doubt, this is truth. So I always say that that is the most important, to see that truth for oneself, experience it because of the deep meditations, and also the right view which you've learned from the texts and verified in your own practice. So I wish all the practitioners over in Finland and all of the people helping support this endeavour, I wish you all great success. As you all know, I've worked really hard over my years and still working hard. When anybody asks me, how are you, Ajahn Brahm? My usual response is overworked and underpaid. The second response, underpaid, that's not quite accurate, because I get paid in the joy which you get of sharing the Dhamma and see the power of it. Overworked, yeah, I admit to that. But nevertheless, you keep on going because of inspiration. That is what gets you to find the time to do this very short introduction, and also showing my great support for all of the people like Mikko, who I've known for a long time, so that his endeavour to get a good, pure Buddhist community going in Finland gets great success. So Ajahn Brahm, over in Perth, the other side of the world, wishing you all success in your endeavours in Finland. Go for it. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.